gym session, wrecked after that, good 45 minutes, so I decided just to do a quick interview with Declan. He's been coming to the gym with me for the last couple of months actually. I'd say near on 12 months, is it?
Oh, easily 12 months.
Yeah, so,
he's been killing me for 12 months.
So I think the whole kind of purpose of this is just to kind of, I suppose, Declan uses the gym for not just I suppose the physical aspects of it, more the mental and kind of structuring his day. Declan is a business mentor and a high performance coach who has many clients across the globe, in fairness. So this is something that he uses as his secret weapon. It's something he has in his toolbox that he finds very important. So do you want to tell me some more how it affects you?
I suppose it's so important, especially when you're looking to increase your energy levels or increase your mental clarity, is to get in and do some exercise. Get in and get someone who knows what they're talking about, especially. I think that's vitally important when it comes to showing you how to actually, work out properly in the gym, work out your body, work out exercise. Like what I learned from you is fascinating in regards to even the techniques, down to the techniques of what way to lift weights, what way to do squats, what way to, approach your exercise. I think is so important. So for me, looking at that, I look at that from a business perspective. I'm all about the approach, being productive, getting yourself focused and ready for whether it is a business meeting, whether it is whatever it might be. And that's why I like what you do, because I see that resemblance in the gym. You're very, it's like, I wouldn't say military, but you're very disciplined in what you do, and I love that. And I think it's so important, to get that energy from within. Is you need to push yourself inside in the gym. You need to push yourself that extra little bit, and you do that big time to me.
Yeah, there's a certain structure, isn't there? I think there's a nice crossover with the gym work. It doesn't necessarily even have to be gym work. I mean, we've done mountain climbing, we've done everything and anything from swimming to walks, whatever it is. But I think if you have an intention, and Declan is always really key on setting an intention for something before he starts. And I'm fascinated with the crossover between things, and the more and more I spend time with you, the more and more I realise how it relates into life in general. It's a lovely. But tell us about your routine first thing in the morning. What would you do to prepare yourself in the mornings, get yourself ready and set up for the unbelievably busy days that you normally have?
Yeah, I suppose, Jason, the key for me first thing in the morning, what I used to do was I used to turn on my phone. I used to look at my emails and I used to look at my social media, and what I found was that was dictating my day. So I was reacting to the emails, I was reacting to the messages. So what I learned was I needed to stop that, because I learned that my energy was dipping. So what I do now in the morning is I don't look at my phone. It's so important. It's like the first hour, if you can win in the morning, they say you can win the day, and I believe that. So what I do in the morning, the first key components in the morning for me is I get up out of my bed. The minute I put my feet in the ground, when I just turn out of the bed, I just literally I take a deep breath in and I let it out, and I'm grateful that I'm able to put my feet in the ground, and I'm grateful that I'm able to get out of my bed. So the first thing I do is I create that gratitude in my mind. Then the next thing I do straight away is, normally I'd have to go to the toilet, but what I normally do is I go to I have an alkaline ionized water machine, and I go to that, and the first thing I do is I drink about 500 ml of water, and then what I do is I go on my rebounder. So this is the rebounder.
Yes, yeah.
And I get up on the rebounder and I jump up and down in the rebounder, and it just literally wakes me up. Yeah. And when I drink the water, you see, the water, as you can explain a lot better than I can, it's like the water is able to get into the cells and make that pump and basically wake up the cells.
Rehydrate, yeah.
Rehydrate, absolutely. And next thing I do then is I'll do some stretches. I always stretch my body out in the morning, so I'll move my body, get some circulation flowing, get some oxygen going up to the brain, and then I'll do maybe 15-20 minutes of that. And if I'm not in the gym with you in the mornings, that's what I'll do. Otherwise, I'm in the gym in the morning.
Very early. Before the gym, you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with you anyway would be. So then what I do is I'll always sit down and I'll go through my diary and I look at what's happening, and I'll always plan. I'll normally plan my day the night before, and I'll take action in that morning on whatever my action steps are for that day. But then I look at my diary and I'll start prioritising what's non-negotiables. What has to be done today? It's a non-negotiable. And then I'll start from there and work my way through it. And
yeah,
that's a small synopsis.
but you know what? Again, you can see the crossover here between the whole preparation thing, setting action plans, and I mean that's key in any sport, any kind of high performance activity, be it a business, be it sports world. It doesn't matter. There's that crossover again.
Very similar.
It's very similar. Yeah. Declan has a diary that he's developed over the last couple of years, and has currently, unfortunately we don't have one, but he has this amazing diary that he's put together. I have to say I was resistant to this diary at the start because, you know, everyone's on their phone and it's so much easier to put things down. It's there, it's in your pocket, you know. But here's what I learned. The fact of the matter is, when you have a diary, you can put it onto paper. So there's no distraction. The phone doesn't go beep beep, or a Facebook message doesn't pop up, or something's on your Instagram. You know, you have all these. So, and also there's something about taking it from your brain and putting it down onto a piece of paper. There's that transference. And the more and more I realised how important that was, the more and more I started to do it. And it's been incredible. It's been really fundamental for me. But going back to preparation, I mean, you can see that crossover again.
Totally. It's so similar. It's so similar. And like going back to the pen to paper, like I'm into online, I'm into apps, I'm into all that sort of stuff. But there's something about picking up that pen and writing stuff down. And there's science and research out there that proves that there's that mind hand connection, and it just seems to, and there's something about the satisfaction of ticking something off or crossing something out that you've completed. It's like a little win for you.
Sure, yeah. In terms of diet, I suppose, I mean, what we're looking at here, I suppose, I'm just trying to paint a bigger picture of how a successful businessman can incorporate all this into his life. And the biggest thing I get on a daily basis, and as you can imagine, is, I don't have time. I don't have time for that.
I used to be one of them.
So maybe you might elaborate on that a small bit, because it drives me mad. And I'm sure there's millions of people out there who agree with me. This is one of the major things that a person would say to you.
I used to be one of them.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I was like eating on the go, and it was like a false energy. You know what I mean? I was eating on the go, pulling into shops. I'd be on the road quite a bit. And I suppose it was until I met you that you kind of gave me a chiropractic adjustment from the neck up, and basically said, right, Dick, why can't you get some of your stuff ready? What's the deal here? And when you actually said that to me, the penny dropped. It's like, I'm all about productivity, I'm all about structuring my time, I'm very disciplined when it comes to that sort of stuff. But the minute you said to me, why can't you do that with your food? It was like someone hit me with I don't know what it was, like an axe across my head, and went, what am I doing here? Because this is my car, this is my engine, and I know you got to live in it. And I know for years I was fueling my car with the wrong fuel. You know, I was
But it affects the brain too, doesn't it?
Totally, 100% it affects the brain, and I suppose it's just something you got to look at yourself and go, do I really want to prioritise me and prioritise my body? Because if you're looking to create that energy and generate that energy from within yourself, you've got to fuel your body with the right food. And I know that's what you're really good at.
Yeah, and I suppose that's probably what I'm hinting at, I suppose. So it's all about mind, body and soul. It's that kind of connection thing. And you kind of touched on, I suppose, the soul aspect of it, and the whole kind of, I suppose, spiritual grounding at the very start of your day, where you're just happy to be alive, happy to touch, you know.
Present.
Yeah, make a connection to earth again. You've been floating in your bed for a couple of hours. You know what? I think that's really important. Whatever people's beliefs are, it doesn't really matter, you know. It's not. That's not what's important. What's important is that you can make that connection, you know. So yeah, it's about those three things. But listen, you have this big event on the 13th. You can tell us a small bit about that. It's Trauma to Triumph.
Trauma to Triumph.
Amazing. This man has an amazing story. I remember hearing it for the very first time, and it pulls at heartstrings, and it's quite difficult not to have a little tear in the eye when you hear it. And for what he's come from to where he is today, it's inspirational. it certainly is trauma to triumph, and yeah, I mean, look, let you tell us about it a small bit.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. The event is on in Sunday, the 13th of January, and it's something that I've been talking about for years. And sometimes you got to get out of your own way and just speak from the heart. And I suppose, you know, when I was 21 years of age, I fractured my skull, shattered my temporal bone. I was told I'd probably never again walk, talk, get the use of the right side of my face back. And one of the reasons Jason actually is sitting at this side of me is that I can hear him, because I'm actually deaf in that ear.
It's actually my good side.
It's his good side, yeah. And it's just amazing when I look back on it. It's like, the way life is you're always going to be thrown curveballs. You're always going to be thrown things that are going to take you in one direction or take you in another direction. And for me, I was going one way and I was focused on going one way. And all of a sudden, bang, it stopped me right in my tracks at 21. And I didn't know where I was going to go next. You know, my next step really was to learn how to do everything again, walk, talk, get my face back. And then it took me a while to get back on my feet again, and thankfully I did. And then that's where I started to develop life skills. You know, a lot of people ask me, what's your qualification? And like, it's like, you cannot beat life skills, life qualifications, getting out there and doing it. Like, you can read books, you can do online courses till the cows come home. But until you go out there and experience life and go through these little, as I call them, traumas to triumphs, or go from heartbreaks, you know, we all go through heartbreaks. It's how do you get through them, you know, and that's what I'm going to be talking about on the 13th, is how to actually overcome difficult situations in your life, or if you're in a situation in your life and you want to get to the next phase of it, what do you do? Yeah. So that's mainly what the talk's going to be about.
I think that's going to be unbelievably important to people, because I mean, we've all hit rock bottom, we've all been there. It's been, you know, in our own little ways. It mightn't be as traumatic to the other person, but to you it's a very big deal. So, but it's how do you get to the next stage, you know, and what's your coping mechanism, and what kind of plans do you put in place for that, and procedures. Because you got to get to this, I'm really buzzed about it. I've got goosebumps even thinking about it. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, so listen, thanks for that, and thanks for Shane Brody, the Limerick Powerlifting Club here.
Yes, great gym.
Unbelievable facility. It's for me, it's one of the best around.
I never thought I'd come in to something like this, to a powerlifting gym, and some people would have a particular way of looking at a powerlifting gym, but to me this is a brilliant environment. Like, I come in here and you're always welcome when I come in here, which is lovely. Yeah. And it's a fantastic facility. I mean, the gear and everything that's in here is amazing. And I was never into lifting and doing weights and all that, like, until I met Jason. And he gave me a little shift in the mind as well there, and I'm really, really grateful that you've done that for me, because I see the difference in my own body and my own mind, which is...
It's that sharpness, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But it's also a way of just offloading and de-stressing and getting rid of, you know, that unwanted energy, and utilising that energy for something else.
Correct.
And make it productive. And you know what? When you do start to see the results which you've made amazing changes in yourself, and it's so, I mean, it's really important for people to see it, and they will see that, I'm sure, on the day as well. But like, I've seen massive changes in you, but I think when you see that a small bit, it kind of spurs you on a bit more.
Of course it does.
Yeah, and I think, again, going back to what we were talking about with the business world as well, every
little wins.
Yeah, little wins.
It's not about getting huge wins and huge things straight off the bat. Like, a lot of people, I've seen it in the business world or the mentorship that I be doing with people, they're looking for that instant win. And they want a big win.
The magic pill.
Yeah, the magic pill. You see here what you're doing. It's if you can get small little wins every day or every week or every month, just small little wins. Like, the way I like to look at it is, set your big goal, set your big intention and big target, whatever it might be, and then work it back and take the little steps. And this is what I've been doing here with Jason in the gym, and in my diet even, is small little steps, small little wins. And he said something to me when I started off, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever, when he said it to me, but I really see it now. He said, give it at least 6 to 8 months. Stick with the gym, stick with the exercise, stick with the food for at least 8 months, Declan. 6 to 8 months, you'll see the difference. And I remember I was coming to month 4, month 5, and I wasn't seeing much of a shift and much of a change. Like, oh, you know, and I was like, I don't have time. And then all of a sudden he was picking away. He said, look, you're going to have a breakthrough, you're going to have a breakthrough. And I saw the breakthrough literally month 7, month 8. And I was like, wow, this stuff works.
Yeah, there's that slow process, isn't there? I mean, it's that rush factor, you know, and with weight training, with any kind of strength conditioning, with any kind of development of the body, when you're building it, there's no sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing rushing about it. Well, listen, I won't hold you any longer because I know we're only after a serious powerhouse session there. So yeah, get to the Strand Hotel in Limerick, 13th of January. That's this month. See this amazing man talk in front of all these loads and loads and loads of people, and loads of treats and foods and all sorts of things associated with nice little tips and tricks, which is something you're going to add to your life no matter what aspect it is. Have we time?
Oh yes, it's going to be on, kicking off at 9:30, 9:30 to 1 on Sunday the 13th. So it'll be starting on the button at 9:30. So if you want to get your sweet treats before everyone has them gone, I'd say come around 9, 9:15.
Brilliant. And if they want to contact you, any website, emails?
Yeah, declandore.com. So DECLANDORE.com. And email is info@declandore.com.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
I can't wait. So we'll see you all there. Thanks, Dick.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.